Hello people, it's drakhl. And here we are on the server doing our stress testing. Oh, hi Mr. Creeper. Mr. Astley. Anyway, this is a fireworks cannon. It's pretty cool. I designed this for the subscriber special, which should come out whenever I hit 2,500 subscribers. I still have some work to do. But, yep, pretty happy with this cannon. So yeah, I've had a total of 86 people ask for whitelisting. You've all been whitelisted. So pretty much everyone that sent me a message about it is now allowed to get on. If it doesn't work, then either you spelled your name incorrectly or I spelled it incorrectly, so send me a message. But yeah, everything should work. So yeah, we've been busy bees just messing around, doing stuff. I woke up this morning and I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell happened on here? There's been a lot of people working on random stuff. This was a 8-bit Mario, which someone griefed. Please don't destroy other people's stuff on here. I mean, granted, we're just stress testing, but come on. Okay, so yeah. Just random stuff so far, but I'm surprised so many people have already asked to come on. We'll probably hit over 100 people by the end of the day today. And so you know, the purpose so far is to stress test the server to make sure we have enough player slots and to make sure there's no lag. As of yet, I've seen a maximum of about 10 people on at the same time. There's no lag, so that's good. The world holds are because I'm just flying around. That'll happen. Why you keep following me? So yeah, this is a huge roller coaster that someone made. Very cool. It's a lot of cool stuff to check out if you log in. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys what we've been up to. And hopefully I'll be able to get some good ideas from what people do on here. So don't get too attached to what you build on here though, because at the end of November I'm going to wipe this map and we're going to put on the real city map, and then I'll transfer work from single player to multiplayer. I still have to work on getting all the plugins correct and making the anti-grief stuff and all that sort of shit. So yeah, hopefully we'll be up and running by the end of November. It really depends on when Bucket updates and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, I just thought I'd start out by taking a look at some of the stuff on here today. That's some sort of castle thingy. Arrow cannons. A whole bunch of random shit. I'm amazed that people built so much stuff so quickly. Over here in this area between these two mountains here, I think I'm going to start building like a sort of an above ground village. Stop following me. Over here. Yeah, he's stalking me. And it'll be, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. It's going to be built into the cliff sides, and it'll be connected by sort of rope wooden bridges. It will look really cool all around here. And that's probably where some people are going to live. I'm not quite sure where we're going to have like the housing for everyone. Obviously people will be able to choose where they want to live, but ooh, they're going to be able to choose where they live. But generally speaking, people are going to be building over here in the swamp, over there in the forest, and probably behind in the desert over there. I don't want people building like houses directly in front of the city because, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff I have yet to build here. Whee! The entrance is going to extend all the way over there eventually. So yeah, and there'll also be some sort of housing inside the city itself, which will be, whenever I finish what it is currently, I'll probably add them. Actually, we'll probably build them together by then. But yeah, that's more or less what we've done on here so far, just messing around, having fun. And I think that's about it for the server. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can check out on your own if you want to log on. There's a big roller coaster over there. That's actually a really good job. I forget who built that. Over there's a wheat farm. We have some redstone projects over there as well. some various building projects. So yeah, that's more or less it for now. So I think I will move on and we'll start working on, oh, this is really cool. Before I forget, this is some sort of display. I forget who made this. I think they wrote a sign here. Nicole B. Basically, you can put whatever you want in there and make it a display, and it swaps between these two things. Pumpkins don't really work. But yeah, that's really cool. This is a massive amount of redstone wiring. I have no idea how this works. It's almost like, I don't even know. I don't know where to begin with this. I'd have to study it. A quadruple piston extender here. Same person. I think I can make that smaller. Anyway, so that's what we've been messing around with lately over here. Ooh, a nice little temple kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the episode working on the single player world. I think I'm going to work on the XP farm today and try to make it spider proof, because those little bastards have been really annoying. And I might work on the village. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, if you want to come on, I'll put the server details in the description, and you should be whitelisted. If you're not, then send me a message, and I'll do my best to get everyone whitelisted. I try to, as soon as the messages come in and I see them, I add people, generally speaking. There's 86 so far. So yeah, I will go to the single player world now and mess around with the XP farm. Alright, so before I forget, I realized that we were going to need voice communication for the server to, coordinate everyone, especially if we're going to have a whole bunch of people building. It'll be easier to use voice than just the type and use email or stuff like that back and forth. So we're going to have, we'll be using Teamspeak 3. It's a voice communication program. I use Teamspeak 3 because I run a Teamspeak 3 server. Rather than using Ventrilo or Mumble. So I'll put the details for the server in the video description for you to get on. And you don't need to have a mic or a headset. You don't even need to use the TeamSpeak if you don't want to. But it'll be nice to have a whole bunch of people on there to communicate and do whatever. And if you want to play different games, we could play different games together. I have different channels set up for different games and that kind of stuff. So I'll put that in the description. You have to download the program. It's free. It's kind of like Skype, but it's designed for pretty much like gaming clans and that kind of thing. It works really well for that. So just wanted to update you on that, and then I'll put it in the description. Alright, so we're going to work on the XP farm. So what's the problem with it? Well, spiders. Everything works except the goddamn spiders. Now, what's happening with the spiders is spiders are the only mobs that can track you through walls, generally speaking. So when I'm down here, sitting in my minecart killing them, the spiders come down through the trap. They see me, even though they're not supposed to be able to see me, and then they start climbing and doing all sorts of crazy shit. So they get stuck in a whole bunch of different places. They're getting stuck in here. But most of the time they're climbing and they're getting stuck right around here, trying to climb this wall to get to me. Some get stuck here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I have to make it so that the spiders will be in this corridor before they can detect my presence. So they won't be able to climb outside. They'll come straight to me back here, and then I'm gonna have to find some way to deal with them, probably involving pistons. Not quite sure if I'm going to get this finished today, but we'll make a start of it. So first thing I need to do is widen this out and put it a few blocks back. I need to have, I think the aggro range for mobs is 16 blocks, so it has to be like 16 blocks from this, I believe. But at the same time, I don't want to make it too far away from the mob trap, or else it will affect spawns. So we'll see how it works. But for now, I'm going to knock this back another couple blocks and start testing it. Alright, I've gotten them to come into this little corridor, but as you can see the spiders are climbing the walls as I expected. So I'm gonna have to find a way to stop them from climbing down there, and then also when they get to this point I need to, I think if I use pistons coming out of the side of the wall it'll push them down. I think that'll work, so alright, I'm gonna start knocking out blocks along the side and hopefully that'll stop them from climbing. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, basically what I did here, I turned this whole place into Swiss cheese. So there should be no place here a spider could climb onto and then start climbing up. They'll be forced to fall back down. So I think this will work. The only place I couldn't do it was here because the loot would flow into that. But yeah, we're gonna test this out and see if it works. I'm gonna have to put like pressure plates down here so the water doesn't flow in there, but it's not a big deal either way. So hopefully this will work. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if there's also a way I could widen this corridor, but at the same time not let the mobs pass through, which doesn't, I don't think that's gonna work, but I'll think about that. So let's give this a try. Nope, that doesn't work. God damn, these spiders are so freaking irritating. I'm not quite sure what the hell I'm gonna do with them. I could build some sort of spider separator to separate them out and send them to a secondary location, but that seems like a lot of work. And it would actually sort of, it would bottleneck the mobs a little bit too, so that's not really a great solution, but it's something I could do. I'm really not quite sure what I'm going to do with these guys right now. Wow, that's going to get really annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell I'm going to do. I should probably make this ceiling a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to put pistons here to knock them down once they get to the glass, but they still climb the entire way. You know, they climb in the entire hallway basically, so... Yeah, I'm not quite sure if there's any good way to deal with these guys rather than just separating them out and putting them into a separate water stream. So, I don't know, I'll keep working on this. The more I think about this, the only way I know how to deal with the spiders is to build a separator. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have room for that with this design. I'd have to put the actual collector itself, this whole water thing, on the opposite side of the trap. So I think this is going to need a complete redesign in order to work properly. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I was thinking of putting pistons at the top and then, you know, closing it off and then making the spiders fall down. But then the spiders that come in behind them are just going to climb the walls, and it's just going to be a major pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to redesign this. I'm going to make the trap flow to the opposite side, and there I will have a spider separator. So they will climb the walls and then climb above and go into a separate water stream for the spiders. And I'll have like the main killing thing here. I'll kill the mobs like this, and I'll have the spiders to one side and I'll kill them like that. I think that's the best way to do it. I can't think of anything else that would be as efficient as that. Even making this hallway smaller by a couple blocks, making it 2 blocks high total, then the spiders are gonna block the rest of the mobs. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do it this episode because it's gonna require a lot of work. But that's my plan for this XP farm. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would just ditch the XP farm idea with this, and then I would make, I would do it with a mob spawner instead, like a dungeon spawner, kind of how Etho did it with his. I think that's a brilliant idea, the way he did it. So, yeah, okay. That's what I'm gonna do with the XP farm. Alright, so I thought I'd try my hand at making a spider separator. It's been a long time since I actually made one. They were really popular back in the day. Now they're sort of fallen out of favor. The spider on and off system in the mob trap itself seems to be the best way to do it, but that's not really an option with ours. So here's a couple of different versions. This is the more traditional version. So the mobs come through here. The normal too high mobs pass through this, but obviously spiders are too wide. So the spiders try to climb, and then they climb through this water, and and then get pushed wherever. So say it's like this, they would get pushed down this way, that kind of thing. It would be actually up here, so like this. They would get pushed in this direction. Why isn't that water flowing out? Weird. Must be the new pre-release thing. Anyway, so they would get pushed in this direction and then go to a separate area. Problem with this, the mobs tend to get bottlenecked. Like, a lot of them will get stuck on this, and it'll take a while for them to move around and go this way. So that's an option, but it's not really a great option. I want to make something that doesn't bottleneck the mobs and lets them pass, freely. So, but that involves making the entire corridor basically a spider separator. So that's not too big a deal. What I'm going to do is something like this. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but hopefully it does. So let's give this a try. Now basically what this does, it's going to, the mobs are going to come in this side. The normal mobs, the too high mobs, will continue down to the end here, and this will be the place where I kill them right here. But the spiders will try to climb, and they'll climb up and get pushed by a water source in that direction. So yeah, let's give that a try. Basically the water will be here. Oops. Okay. All sorts of messed up right now. Let's put this here. Okay. This would be a water stream that goes somewhere to a collector, and the water would be here. Alright, so something like this. And of course we have problems here. Put signs here. Okay. Alright, so the mobs would come in here, and there'd be water at their feet, and they would get pushed to the end. I probably have to make this a little bit, maybe one block taller, so that the tall mobs don't jump into it. But that's okay, I'll figure that out later. But the spiders would try to climb, and they would climb into this water here. The currents aren't correct. I'd have to make sure all the blocks are source blocks. So yeah, okay, now the currents are correct. So the spiders would climb, and they would get pushed to the side here, like you saw me just getting pushed. Why am I not getting pushed? There we go. So they would get pushed to the side there, and they would go out that side, and then I would drop them down into a stream that's only 1 block tall somehow, and yeah, that's what I would do. So I'd basically be standing here, and I'd be killing the mobs, and then the spiders would probably come out right here towards the end, and then I would kill them like this. So that's pretty much how I think I'm gonna do it. I think that'll work. Obviously haven't done any testing whatsoever, but that's more or less the prototype spider separator. So I'll put that on the opposite side of the mob trap, since I don't want this to interfere with anything else I'm building in the city. So this is more or less how I'm going to do the spider separation. I think it'll work just fine. Of course, I'm sure I'll have minor issues with it later, but yep, this should work pretty well. That's going to wrap it up for today, more or less. We're going to take a quick look in here, and I'm going to explain to you what the next steps are for the city. Alright, so over here, the storage hall, I promise I'm going to work on that one of these days. It's been such a crazy week for me. I haven't had time to do anything. Here, of course, is the breeding/farming hall. And over here, the next hall on this side will be the crafting hall. It'll be a big lava pool with glass over top, and then it will be like a bunch of crafting benches in the middle. It's sort of like some sort of dwarven forge kind of theme to it, and it have all the materials and chests that you need to craft stuff, that kind of thing. It'll look really cool. I want to put that on that side because it's right next to the farming hall and the storage hall. And over here we have the mob trap there. Next to the mob trap will be the armory, which is where all the weapons and whatnot will be stored. It'll look really cool. And I think over here, this hall right here will be the enchanting/potion kind of hall. And it will be a library theme, and there'll be my enchanting table and my brewery for potions. So that's pretty much going to take care of the first 9 halls. So the next one I'm going to work on probably, besides working on these 2, I'll probably start cutting the crafting hall over here. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then I'll cut probably the armory and then the enchantment library area. Okay, then going forward, long-term plans over there, we're going to have the next halls will be, should I just have this in my head? The next halls that we're going to do are probably the redstone hall that has the main computer in it for the city. And also, we're going to need dormitory halls for people to live in and put their shit in, that kind of thing. And I just had another one that I was thinking of, but I don't remember what it was. Alright, so that's more or less it for today. Somebody on the server had a really good idea, and I was on the server like an hour ago, and I already completely forgot who did this, but they were doing a balcony, like up there, along the entire sides. It was 2 or 3 blocks tall. It looks really good. You'll be able to walk around the balcony up there and look down on the city. That's a really good idea, and I'll try to incorporate that one of these days. I don't know what's going to be up there though, but it's still a really cool idea. And even longer term plan, when we start working on the waterworks, which is the basement to this city, we're going to have an underwater, not an underwater, but an underground water entrance that you get through by boat. That'll be really cool, and that'll be directly underneath the city here, and the entrance will probably be over here. So yeah, those are the long-term plans. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to work on it. Probably a lot of the work will actually happen when the server goes live with the map, because I can't see myself finishing all of the 9, even the 9 first halls by myself in that amount of time, considering I have so much other work to do and other videos to put out. So that's about it. And next episode, no idea what the fuck we're gonna do. I really want to work on the entrance some more, so I'll probably stop up this lava today and start working on it. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys are going to get on the server, I'll probably see you there later today, and peace out.